Hey guys, this is Beth Avery with the Trauma Blog here at HealthyPlace, and today we're going to talk about how to deal with PTSD in the workplace. First and foremost, I think it's important to recognize that when you have PTSD and you're in an office setting or really any workplace setting, it's very difficult to cope with PTSD. It's difficult to cope with PTSD when you are surrounded with coworkers, when you have deadlines and responsibilities that just start piling up. It's just really difficult. I don't want to understate how much of a struggle it can be to cope with PTSD in the workplace, because it definitely is hard. But also, you're not alone. It can sometimes feel like you're the only person in the entire world, in the entire company you work at, in the entire planet with PTSD. But that's certainly not the case. There are lots of people out there that are suffering from PTSD, that are working in a variety of different positions and industries, so it's not just you. There are other people that share in your struggle. I would say, as a young professional, one of the biggest things that I've found to help with my PTSD in the workplace is work-life balance. It sounds really simple to say that. I think almost every worker thinks about their work-life balance at some point, and we all know it's important. We know it's important to not work your life away, to spend time at home, to spend time with family and friends. Like, we're all aware of the importance of work-life balance, but sometimes it gets disrupted. We end up having to stay late. We do it once, and then before you know it, we start doing it every day. That kind of stuff, I've done that in the past, where I've overworked, worked too much, put too much effort into work. That kind of stuff just does not work for me with my PTSD. It's extremely critical for me to clock out when it's time to clock out, to go home, to turn off my work phone, to just not even think about work, just to focus on relaxing and enjoying myself and enjoying my time in the world. And I have a lot of different methods that I use to cope with PTSD in the workplace, but definitely prioritizing my time and my relaxation and my peace has been the most beneficial. So if you are struggling with PTSD in the workplace, I would definitely suggest to take a look at your work-life balance, see if there are areas where you are overworking yourself, overcommitting yourself, and start to cut back, start to put more priority on you, the things that you like to do outside of the work, the time that you have outside of work. It's yours. It is yours rightfully to claim, and sometimes you get pushback whenever you try to clock out when it's time to clock out, but ultimately, when you live with PTSD, that kind of stuff is just really important. So feel empowered to make decisions in your life that are going to help you in the long run, even if not everyone agrees with them. You know what's best for your life, and you know what's best for your work-life balance. If you have struggled with your work-life balance in the past, if you've struggled with just coping with PTSD in the workplace, we'd love to hear from you. Share your experiences in the comments below, the positive ones, the negative ones. I think there's a lot that we can learn from each other, because there's no real rule book on how you're supposed to cope with PTSD in the workplace. So share your experiences, and we'll see what we can learn from each other.